Yes, Ollie, how are you doing, dude? I'm just going to give you a little bit of feedback like this on your exercises. So, first of all, you got bent over rows. So, firstly, what I'll just make sure is when you pick it up, obviously, you don't want to, it's relatively lightweight, so you're most probably going to be all right. But you just want to be careful of, obviously, your back. You're best off doing it like a deadlift. Do you know what I mean? So just bend your knees, essentially, keep your band nice and straight and lift off the floor. And then your starting position, I would just stand up straight. I'd stand up completely straight and then hinge back, almost like an RDL, to get yourself into the right position to do it. And then as you're doing the exercise here, you see that you're sort of like, again, same thing with your back. It's slightly curved at the moment. You're not ideal in terms of your posture. So when you focus on, I'll push your hips further back. Just make sure that you're maintaining the completely sort of straight and neutral back the whole time. Again, it's just going to put you, one, it's going to help improve your posture, but two, it's going to help in terms of reduce injury risk and stuff like that as well. So that is it. And one more thing, I'd say focus on trying to keep your elbows slightly tucked in as you do the movement. And you can get that squeeze at the top. So as you pull it up, focus, squeeze for about 1 second and slowly down. But yeah, so really it's about, one, starting off by lifting it, bending your knees. Just lift it off the floor, come to a standing position, chest up, shoulders back, hinge back as if you're doing an RDL into the position, and then from there make sure you're keeping a really straight and neutral back the whole time, keeping the elbows tucked in, squeezing for about 1 second at the top. Here we've got the actual RDL. So similar sort of thing just when you pick up. That's fine with that weight, it's just when you start lifting more weight, if you went into a gym and sort of, as you're getting closer to your max, you just wouldn't really want to use that weight. And also, if I'm doing RDLs, I actually use a squat rack. I pull them out of the squat rack because you're essentially that first bit. I know at your home it's completely different, but that energy you're using, you could use into one of your reps just to get up to that start position. But the RDLs are pretty good. Similar sort of thing, back's nice and straight. You're hinging with the hips pretty good, which is decent. And your back is a lot straighter there, so you want to get that neutral spine, which you have got. Focus on keeping those shoulder blades sort of like pinned back and down the whole time. It's just quite a mechanical movement, so it doesn't quite feel natural as a movement. But imagine one of those tipping birds. I don't know how to explain it, but those sort of tipping birds would do this, and your hips are pushing back. And focus on really getting the weight through the heels as you do it. And then come up and squeeze. Nice. If you feel like you have to bend your knees, right, any more, you should start in that position. Your knees should be slightly bent. As you go down, if your knees have to bend more, like here in a second there, so you go down and you drop your hips as well, you're actually letting the tension come off your hamstring slightly there by bending your knees. So I would just go to the range in which you can sort of keep your knees slightly bent, but don't bend them anymore. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. I think these are the single arm. The chest press is pretty decent. Chest press is fine. So you want to keep your elbows about 45 degrees from your body, which you are doing. Just focus on pinning your shoulder blades back against the bench the whole time. Keep your shoulder at basically a shoulder joint in a more stronger position. There's less compromise, and also you get more emphasis on your chest as you do it. So control, about 3 seconds, up, squeeze. And as you squeeze the weight, instead of just focusing on pushing up, really focus on almost pushing your elbows together. Because as you push your elbows together, obviously you're keeping your shoulders pinned back against the bench. Elbows together, you're looking at focus on shortening the chest muscle. So that's essentially what you're doing, is shortening the chest muscle as you do that. But yeah, that's decent. And then single arm shoulder press. Again, pretty decent. If you're doing it standing, just put that hand maybe on your stomach just to focus on keeping your core engaged and your ribs down. It's generally pretty solid, that one. Maybe you could go a little bit lower in terms of depth. The other alternative, of course, you could do it half kneeling. Half kneeling works pretty well. You just add, it's less stability as you do the movement pattern. But yes, mate, good work. Nice one for these. Any questions, let me know. Speak soon.